Hello, hello, hello. Wearing a crop top. I'm getting real bold by wearing a crop top today. Is that cricket? If it is, it's okay. Hey, back for another video, part 3 of the Black Lives Matter Let's Talk discussion. How you doing? How you doing, black person, non-black person? Hey, my name's Hallie. I make videos on lifestyle improvement, life hacks, DIYs, and just giving advice on how to have balance in the chaos of life, which is kind of crazy because right now life continues to be a little chaotic. And this is a 3-part series. This is a 3rd part of my series Black Lives Matter, just giving discussions about me, my personal experience, what you can do, blase blase. So today, the last part of the series, I think it's going to be the last part of the series, is about what you can do in your everyday life. There's a protest, there's a petitions, there's all these things that are really, really needed right now. But as things start changing, as, you know, laws start being put into place, it's not just a moment, it's a movement. It's something that's going to continue. What you can continue to do on a regular basis, just in your everyday life, that you kind of don't even need to go out of your way very much to do it. That's what this video is about. And these suggestions are for if you're black, white, brown, yellow, whatever you are. Everybody watch it. Okay, you ready for the list of things? Let's go. First thing you can do is go out of your way on social media and look to see how many black people do you follow. How many? I mean, besides your friends, like if you're into fitness, how many of them are brown? If you're into cooking, how many of them are brown? Whatever you're interested in, whatever the type of people you follow, if you only can count on one hand how many of them are black, maybe change that. So, for instance, I'm into fitness and I have to go out of my way to find another brown girl that looks like me. And it's not that nothing's wrong with, you know, people that aren't black that work in fitness, but I want to support her because there's just something about when you're black, the first people that are going to be attracted to you are the black people. It's like, oh, there's a black girl, let me support her. But for some reason, if you're not black, you're just not prone to really want to follow that person. I don't know what it is. But if you're white, you got the brown people, you got the black people, you got all the people following you. But for some reason, when you're black, it's just more common to only have black people support you. So it would be refreshing if, because you know the Black Lives Matter movement is about justice. It's about school education. It also includes regular lifestyle improvement. How do you normally just incorporate these beautiful black people, these wonderful black people in your lives on a regular basis? So if you're involved in social media, supporting these people, and if they're not good, don't follow them. Don't just try to find, you know, a black person cooking because you like food and they cook horrible food. No, find somebody that's good. But think about it this way. If it's hard for you to find them, how much harder is it for them to have a following? Think about it. It's really easy to find someone who's not black in a certain field, but it's kind of hard to find somebody who is. So that's even harder for them to try to get people to follow them. It's like a circle. It's a whole thing. So that's the way you can support, is if they're good at what they do, support them. Because chances are, if they're black, majority of their following is black. Because they kind of get put in that category of like a black chef, a black fitness person, a black this, right? When they're just a normal person that's really good at what they do. Alright, the second thing you can do is look at your friend group. Who is in your friend group? Does your friend group entirely look like you? Does your friend group only have one black person in the group? And I'm usually that black person, honestly. I'm usually that one black person. But think about it that way. Why is that? It's not like we're really extinct. I mean, we might be becoming extinct. We're trying to change that. But there's a lot of black people in the world who would love to have people that aren't black that are their friends. They want to be well versed, but a lot of times we're just not welcomed into those groups or feel welcomed into those groups. It's almost like you have to be used to just always being the only black person, so then you're okay with hanging out with like white people, other people. But other black people don't feel comfortable or don't feel like you're going to accept them for who they are, or they have to act white or act a certain way for you to want to be their friend. So just self-evaluate your friend group and find ways to add some color to your group, to your friend group. If we want these places and we want our world to be multicultural, how about you start with your own friend group? There's a reason why when you go to restaurants and you see groups of friends, they all look alike, right? And usually that group has one black person. Let's change it. Let's put like two black people in a group, 3 black people. Come on. And what's great about that is when they're your friend, you get to understand where they're coming from, understand their perspective. You won't be trying to find out what it's like for a black person because you have a plethora of black friends that feel comfortable sharing with you their experience. And I will admit, there is a difference between black people who are part of the black culture and having a black friend who's not really part of the black culture. It's like we're in this constant balance of knowing ourselves, not knowing ourselves. But that's the whole thing in itself. Just have black friends that actually have common interests as you. Don't just be finding random black people, but people that you actually want to have as your friend. Because we're fun too. We have great personalities too. Becky, we like to go out too. Alright, the third thing you can do is shop. Shop. But see if any of the businesses that you buy from are black owned. It is extremely common to purchase products or eat from restaurants that are not black owned. And usually, if you're a black business owner, most of your clientele is just black people, which is great. But if we're only, 13%? You only have like 13% of the world even giving you a chance. How much more amazing would it be to know that no matter if you're black, you have white people, all these other people supporting you as well, in addition to your own community. Because from my experience, usually if there's a black owned restaurant or black owned something, it's only really supported by black people. But it would be great if non-black people supported it too, because we got good food, we got good clothes, we have good products, but it's just hard to put ourselves out there because we're not promoted as much. So you're gonna have to look for us. You're gonna have to find us. It's almost like, where's Waldo? Where's a black person? We're here. Because I can send you tons of videos, tons of statistics about how it's just hard to be successful as a black person, period. Let alone the fact that once you've reached that success, trying to get people even just to know your business exists. You know what I'm saying? Alright, the next thing you can do is not laugh. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. So there's black people, we are pretty funny. We love to have comedy. I honestly think the reason why black people are so funny is because we've been hated so much. Instead of just being sad, depressed people, we've learned how to just laugh it off and joke it off. And that's kind of like, it's like we laugh at our own pain, because it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna be mad. We just gonna laugh and joke about it. But when someone is made fun of for being black, especially like when you're younger or from another race, what you can do is not be that person that says those things, but also if you're in the room when someone is making fun of someone for having big hair, brown skin, the way they look, something for being black, and you're not saying anything, and you're just like, oh, that's not nice. You're part of the problem. Why aren't you saying anything? It's no different from somebody getting bullied verbally, right? What's interesting is, as a black person, we're always just thought of as being this strong person that can take anything. Yes, we could take all the hits that come our way, but it would be really refreshing if someone else in the room that realizes what is being said is wrong says something too. It's just, you know, it just would be nice to have someone else stand up for me besides myself my entire life. It's just like, because also, besides saying something, you're also saying, I don't agree with this. Stop it. It's not funny. Because sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's just rude. So read the room. Look at the black person, and if they give you that look like, you should say something. If they're laughing, even if they're laughing, they probably don't like it either. Because honestly, you can't make fun of black people if you're not a black person. That's just how it is. So say something. And especially if somebody says something racist, say something. These people make a whole bunch of hateful comments, and people just say, oh, that's mean, but nobody says anything. But you will now. You will. Alright, the next piece of advice is for you to step out of your comfort zone just a little bit if you're not black, okay? Another way you can support just the black community is experience kind of what we experience. Like I shared in my other video, is I consistently, 95% of my life, when I go to a place or location, I'm the only black person there. So, if you want to know where we're coming from, put yourself in that position. Maybe just once a month. Go to a restaurant, go to a party, go to an event where you know there will be no white people there, nobody of your race, maybe just a little sprinkle, maybe just a couple, and just experience the fun. Maybe it's an artist that you love to go see, maybe it's a restaurant you want to try, or maybe it's a jazz festival or something. You know, my people love a jazz festival. Just experience what it's like to be kind of like the only couple people of that background, and enjoy yourself. but you kind of get to see what it's like to not see a lot of people that look like you as you're experiencing something that you enjoy. You're still gonna have fun, but you kind of get a better perspective of like, oh, I do feel different. I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself, but there's just a sense of feeling different, and you'll learn to embrace it, and that will connect you and get you to better understand kind of what it's like on our side. Just a little bit. Just gonna give you a little taste. And by doing it more than once, you consistently get used to that. Think about it. You might do it once a month, but someone like me, I do it every single day of my life. Okay, we're almost done. The next thing that you can do is think of the Black Lives Matter movement as other movements or awarenesses that go on. They don't just have their moment, they continue to go on. An example I can give you is the breast cancer awareness, right? Breast cancer is an issue we're dealing with, and we have breast cancer walks, we have breast cancer fundraisers. It's something that if you stand for breast cancer awareness, it's not something that you just said one time, a shirt you wore one time, and you're like, all right, next. It's something that you continue to speak out on, to continue to support, you continue to do the walks. Same thing for the Black Lives Matter movement. Until we fully reach equality, until we fully embrace each other and as Black people for who we are, it's continuing to be something that's going to be a part of your life. It's going to continue to be an issue you should raise awareness on, right? You don't just forget about breast cancer, forget about children suffering, other issues, because they're consistently going on, right? There's times of the year where you probably raise awareness, but it's something that, you know, whenever you have the chance to donate, you do. Whenever you have the chance to spread the word, you do. Same thing with Black Lives Matter movement. It's a movement and not a moment. So whenever you have the opportunity, take the opportunity. Your Black Lives Matter t-shirts, they last forever. You don't have to just wear them right now. You can wear them next year. You can wear them the year after that. It's not just a moment. You can always say Black Lives Matter until you die. Until you die, honestly. And the last piece of advice I give you for the support of the Black Lives Matter movement, because it's a movement, not a moment, it's kind of something I mentioned in my last video. A lot of these things start and issues we have with ourselves as Black people when we're really, really little. So if you are Black or not Black, whatever, when you see these little Black kids, when you see them just playing and growing up and experiencing life, be that person that even just says that comment or that statement or shows that love to them, because they're constantly learning how to love themselves just for being Black. For instance, I don't even know who I would have been if I consistently had someone tell me like, your hair's pretty, you're beautiful, your skin is brown but it's beautiful, you talk like this and that's normal, it's okay. Like consistently telling me things I had to learn to love about myself that took years. How much more would it be great if someone learned to love themselves when they were little all the way to adulthood? It wasn't something that they had to learn once they're adult, but it's something they got to experience when they're little. There's a lot of other nationalities, a lot of people who aren't Black that get to learn that they're beautiful ever since they were little, because people are constantly telling them that. But when you're Black, you kind of just only hear it from Black people. There's not really people that aren't Black that are telling you that. Maybe they'll pick that one feature about you. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll just say only your hair, and then you think as a Black person, I'm only pretty because of my hair. Or maybe they say, oh, you have such a pretty little figure, which really means like you got a Black girl figure, and you think only if I have this figure that makes me pretty for a Black person. So yes, you can pick a trait and tell a little girl or boy that they're beautiful, but in addition to maybe saying something about, you know, just about how they look Black, that's beautiful, but also just their character, so they know no matter what you look like, you are beautiful on the inside. And really by changing these children that will soon be adults, it's really just spreading the love, and it's a huge way to affect each individual child. I'm telling you, things that have been said to me, good or bad, when I'm a child, it might have meant nothing to that person, but sometimes they're things that not even on purpose I will remember till this day. Makes a huge difference. So that's it. Those are my tips and just advice on how to support the Black community. I mean, obviously there's protests, there's petition, there's so many things we can do to make ourselves aware, voting that we need to take place, but also just in our everyday life there are things that you can do that are very subtle, very simple, just to support the community, as sometimes the whole life of a Black person is a battle. So that's it for my series. I got some DIYs coming up, but make sure you comment below if you have any questions, any comments. Make sure you subscribe because we got more videos, DIY, life, and all that jazz coming up. I'm gonna learn how to not talk like this. I can't make a promise, but I'll try. Until the next video, peace, love, and balance. And be safe. Have you noticed I'm always wearing a black shirt on my Black Lives Matter videos? Is that on purpose? Maybe. Maybe. It's so hot.